everyone and welcome to IT Voice, your one-stop for all things tech. I'm Manya Gupta, bringing you the latest from the world of technology. From cutting-edge product launches to breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, we have got it all covered. And starting today, we are adding something new, a daily new AI tool or tip that will help you work smarter and live more efficiently in this digital age. So our lead story is about Microsoft, which shuts down Pakistan office after 25 years. More on that in a bit, but first let's dive into today's top tech headlines. Before we move on to it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel for all your tech updates. So, the headlines of the day starts with YouTube cracks down on low effort content. What does that mean? YouTube has updated its monetization policies targeting mass produced or repetitive content. Now, channels recycling the same format without creativity may lose eligibility for ad revenue. The move is meant to encourage originality and reduce spam-like videos, so content creators are now advised to focus on unique value to remain monetized. Ilya Sutskever launches Safe Superintelligence Inc. OpenAI co-founder Ilya Sutskever has launched a new company, Safe Superintelligence Inc., after departing from OpenAI. So the move comes as Meta also poaches Stability AI's former CEO, escalating the AI talent war. Sutskever aims to build AI systems which prioritize safety over speed, marking a critical shift in superintelligence race. Android stalkerware CatWatchful exposed. So, a notorious Android spyware called CatWatchful has been exposed for stealing victims' personal data like emails, passwords, even keystrokes. It disguises itself as innocuous app and grants remote surveillance capabilities to abusers. So, security researchers warn users to be cautious of suspicious app permissions and to regularly check device settings for unknown installations. Meta's Project Omni raises privacy concerns. Meta is testing Project Omni, a new initiative where AI chatbots could directly message users on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So while this aims to enhance engagement, concerns are rising over privacy, spam, and manipulation. Critics argue that such direct AI interactions might blur ethical lines in digital communication. Google's AI overviews face European Union antitrust complaint. A coalition of European publishers has filed a complaint against Google's AI overviews feature, claiming that it unfairly diverts traffic away from the original news websites. They argue that the AI-generated summaries hurt journalism and they violate the antitrust rules. This adds pressure on Google as EU regulators tighten scrutiny over big tech's influence on media. NXT Quantum unveils new AI-optimized OS. So India's tech company NXT Quantum has announced a custom operating system designed for its upcoming AI-powered smartphone, the Pulse and Nova 5. OS is built to integrate advanced AI functions and it promises smoother performance and personalization. With this, NXT Quantum aims to compete with global players by offering an India-first AI ecosystem. Today's AI tool of the day is Fathom. It is an AI-powered meeting assistant that joins your Zoom calls, transcribes conversation in real time, and generates concise summaries and key highlights. No note-taking is required. Now, it's perfect for busy professionals, students, teams who wants to capture action items without distraction. So try Fathom on your next meeting, save time, and stay focused. Link is in the description below. Comment how it changed your workflow. Let us move on to our lead story, which is about Microsoft shuts down Pakistan office after 25 years. After 25 years of operations, Microsoft has officially shut its office in Pakistan, ending a long-standing local presence. The decision is a part of a broader global restructuring initiative aimed at optimizing operations and aligning with shifting market priorities. Microsoft's Pakistan office served as a hub for regional sales, partner channels, and developer outreach. It played a pivotal role in supporting enterprise IT infrastructure, digital transformation efforts, and skill development programs over the past 2 decades. The closure marks the company's withdrawal from direct local operations. Though the exact timeline for the winding down process has not been confirmed, reports suggest that the staff are being gradually transitioned or offered relocation opportunities where feasible. Microsoft continues to serve Pakistani customers remotely, leveraging regional hubs and cloud based support services. Now, industry analysts also view this as a move reflective of Microsoft's strategic pivot towards centralized digital first models, prioritizing the virtual support and cloud services rather than the on ground offices. From many within Pakistan's tech sector, the closure symbolized the end of an era, concluding companies' deep rooted local engagement. Well, that's a wrap on today's Tech Bulletin. I'm Anya Gupta and it is IT Voice where we break down tech minus the jargon. Don't forget to like, follow and share this video if you found this helpful, and I'll again meet you tomorrow with some more tech stories.